Hey everybody, I'm Zach Husted. I'm here on Leaders Lead today with Mike Sarraille. Mike, thanks for stepping in and being on the podcast today, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got the theme still in the back, and I dressed up. No, I just had a Fox News hit, so you got
Yeah,
dressed like which I prefer jeans and t-shirt, as we all do.
yeah, man. Hey everybody, I'm super excited. Mike is now one of my. I'm going to call you a personal friend, Mike. I'm super excited about it, and we met earlier this year by interacting with some of your social media stuff and reading your book, The Everyday Warrior. I plug it everywhere I can. It's absolutely phenomenal, but there's a ton of people who don't know who you are, and I'm going to do a nickel introduction that won't do it absolutely any justice. I wrote it down, and I'm gonna try to introduce you, just because I'm so honored to be here today with you, and also as a mentor to me. Mike, you were a Navy SEAL. You're the author of a couple different books. You're a leadership consultant. You have a ton of leadership experience. Um, Teamwork and resilience are some of the themes that come out in it. You're a former recon Marine and Scout Sniper, retired Navy SEAL with over 20 years experience in special operations, including JSOC, which is Joint Special Operations Command for people who don't understand what that means. You co-authored the book Talent War, which is how special operations and great organizations win on talent. And as I said, my personal favorite, this book here, and I plug it every time I can. I reach back to it. I got all sorts of different things highlighted in it. It's the Everyday Warrior, a no hack, practical approach to life. And you're also the head of your own podcast, which again, I'm thrilled that you're here on mine. It's the Men's Journal Everyday Warrior, one of their largest growing initiatives. You're a top 30 recognized keynote speaker and thought leader on leadership development and culture. And you're the founder and CEO of Talent War Group, a leadership development and executive search firm. And to top it off, Mike, you are an absolute um, professional military. I don't like to say this word hero, but veteran who served this country proudly. You have 10 deployments under your belt. You fought with the GWAT Global War on Terrorism, earning a Silver Star, 6 Bronze Stars for Valor, and a Purple Heart, plus many more accolades. I mean, I'm sure we could go on for a really long time, but I hope I did any of that justice. And I don't want to set the stage too high or too low for you, but man, Mike, it's an absolute honor to be here with you today, and thank you, sir.
Hey, Zach, I appreciate it, and the resume. What it doesn't say is that all those accolades involved a team, and without my team, I'm nothing. Coming from the military and special operations, team has to be part of your DNA. And even all the medals you read, there's a story to where those were earned on the backs of my guys. Quite frankly, if we're being honest, and they mean very little now. And yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that. Before we go into diving into the questions and stuff, as from one veteran to the next, Mike, I personally just want to thank you on behalf of all the people that are going to see this podcast, watch it. I just want to say thank you for your service to this great nation. From my family and I personally to you, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you, the sacrifices you've made for this great nation. I know that we've exchanged some stuff right between our families, and I just want you to know that I appreciate what you've done, and I value you and what the commitments and the sacrifices you've made.
And that cuts both ways, Zach. My gratitude for your service, what you're doing, your representation of vets, and your unrelenting drive, no matter how bad circumstances may be. And I appreciate the dialogue. What people don't know is we text each other pretty much every day for just, hey, this is what I'm facing. What do you think? And it's good when people have that tribe, that springboard for them to bounce their concerns, things they're struggling with. And within the vet community, we need to do that more, especially with the rise in homelessness and suicide.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing. You got to try, man. You're busy. What? I mean, all the things you got going on. It's I can't, like, people look at me and they say, Zach, you're a busy guy. And I look at you as, a guy I aspire to be as busy like. And I say that, maybe that's the wrong word. I look up to Mike. I look up to you. I look up to all the things that you're doing, all the ways that you're giving back, and you're leading within this community. And man, it's amazing. You got a media team, you got a clothing brand, a lifestyle company. You got the talent war group. You're writing books, and you're doing all these different things of giving back to the community, and you're donating all of that wisdom back into it. And and you have a family, right? And you're the time is the most valuable thing that we all have, and it's limited. And you're doing you. I remember one of the times you told me, it's like, hey, dude, I don't know how much time I have to give to you. I'm doing all these things, and I'm like, Mike, you've already exceeded my expectations. And it was one of the greatest things that you set that boundary. And we've just been kind of rolling with it. But I know you're busy and you got all these things going on, so you want to talk a little bit, spend a few minutes, and just talk about some of the current ventures you have going on. Pick one, maybe one of the ones you're most passionate about right now.
Yeah, and my response to when somebody says they're busy, everyone is busy, and you make time for the people who are within your inner circle. Sometimes for people in your outer circle. And one of the things, and I had to learn this the hard way. In it's usually one of my greatest mentors is my wife Jordan. Is that you know she said, "Hey, at some point you've got to start learning the power of no." And she said, build what you got to such a strong foundation that you can give more time to people. And I got that in the reverse order. And so right now, I've been saying no to a lot in order to build my foundation to get some sort of repeatability, some sustainability, at which point I can give more time to others. But my first venture out of the gate was something called the Vetted Foundation as I was retiring with the help of Admiral McCraven, General Tony Kukalo, and Admiral Bobby Inman. And I was not able to make bills meet because it was a nonprofit, and it failed because of some politics. But it was a good idea. I mean, we got press on it, but I'm passionate about the leadership and speaking to companies through Talent Work Group. I'm passionate about the Men's Journal, Everyday Warrior Nation, which John Wellborn is coming on. He's a 10-year NFL veteran to help people optimize their lives to be the best version of themselves. But Legacy Expeditions has a special place in my heart, and talk about being leveraged out. I think 2024 is going to be huge for us. We've got an announcement, but we're holding on to that. And that's basically setting up extreme expeditions with veterans while telling their stories, their legacy, and through their eyes, the stories of our fallen to keep their legacies alive. And we've done, a expedition skydiving into Everest, of course, Iceland, the 777, where we set 4 world records, which nobody cares about the world records, but we did something that people said couldn't be done by jumping into all 7 continents in 7 days. And key to this whole thing is Dan Myrick, who's the famed filmmaker of the Blair Witch Project, which broke every indie record and created a whole genre of horror films. And Christian Krempel, and that one could be powerful. I say it's pro-American, pro-military, of showing sort of the outcomes of what people can become because of military service, and not always the just depressing headlines of veteran suicide and veterans are broken and PTSD. And yeah, that's all real, and that all exists. But showing veterans who still struggle with that, who still go on to take what they utilized in the military, the lessons they learned, apply it to the private sector, and build things of impact.
Yeah. Um, that's amazing. And I love how you said that, because that's what I'm trying to do here with Leaders Lead, is to take the positivity of all of those leadership experiences that people have, curated into these awesome, amazing stories, and help tell the stories of gentlemen like yourself, Mike, and share that, hey, we're more than knuckle draggers. We're more than just this thing that comes out that's broken. And we're able to um, create this ecosystem of good. And Leaders Lead is all about telling the positivity about it, right? Yeah, there's sad stories that come along with it because sometimes it goes down that road. But at the end of the day, we're telling great things about people doing great things. And we're creating a community, an ecosystem, and a platform of great people doing great stuff. And you're one of them, Mike, and you're doing amazing things, brother. And legacy expeditions, I've been able to you've opened up the hood to me, and I've gotten a chance to see what's coming and under the hood. And I'm so excited for the world to see the brain trust that you have coming with legacy expeditions. It's amazing. And what you guys and your team have put together, it's really cool.